Final day of what has been an amazing Tour de France, but the usual parade was surely not going to be the character of this grand finale. No, we had to deal with Montmartre. All jerseys, well, decided, but a final stage up for grabs, and one not necessarily for the fast men. So who would thrive? Some, of course, celebrating, some taking a bow. Farewell to Geraint Thomas, former champion, and hello to the new, the young Lipovic, assured of that white jersey. Green going to Milan, polka dots belonging to Tadej Pogačar, resplendent in yellow. Well, not since Bernardino has anyone won in yellow. Could that be a factor today? Well, with Montmartre as part of the final circuit, certainly it would open up to those who were happy to go explosive, especially on a day where the rain was coming down. A declared neutralisation 4 laps from home would make sure that nothing untoward would happen to those in the general standings. But Montmartre itself, the Sacré-Cœur, would be a centrepiece of this final day before, of course, heading back to the Champs-Élysées itself. Of course, tested during the Olympic Games, and right now, back with us. Well, the flag waved, and of course it was time for us to fate the gladiators. Tadej Pogačar, of course, rolling up to the front, and it was great to see him in his pomp and the appreciation rain down upon him. Crowds throughout the entire route, a short course, time for us to ponder those who are great now, those who have been in the past. Well, the usual festivities were done and dusted early on, but 132 kilometres was soon about to pace up. We had, of course, some hopefuls for the final day and some great results as well, not least the Young Riders Classification jersey going to Florian Lipovic. A man for the future. Well, it was kind of a half-hearted attempt at the opening climb. There would be 4 categorised tests along the way, each Class 4, meaning just 1 point at the top, so no change in the polka dot jersey. But Tadej Pogačar seemed to be at ease with himself after a potential, of course, for showing a little bit of fatigue in the mountains, which everyone surely must have carried. Well, they brought him in, and he was duly fated into Paris itself. A reminder of just how tough this race can be, with the little climbs that would bring us into town. But once on the circuit, as soon as we see the Eiffel Tower, we knew it was down to business. Through the Louvre, past, of course, the iconic pyramids installed by François Mitterrand some years ago. Well, not that many years ago, Tadej Pogačar won the first of his 4 Tour de France victories. Just had to finish the day. Others were thinking about finishing it off. Of course, the green jersey belonging to Jonathan Milan took the intermediate sprint, and then all hell broke loose. Quinn Simmons, not the overall combativity award winner, that was Ben Healy, but certainly got the best teammate award out there. He kicked on, joined by Lipovic, and suddenly the pace was very, very different. A new complexion. Tadej Pogačar up towards the 4, and the first ascent of Montmartre itself, done in the dry, but the rain was to come. Julian Alaphilippe wanted to kick on, often described, well, by me anyway, as a rocket without a stick. Super flamboyant. He wanted to hear the applause, and they roared them over the top. Tadej Pogačar it was that nailed that mountain point. But the yellow jersey was never far off the front, and we were just wondering when this would settle down. If anything, it got even more confusing. The rain that had been predicted, of course, began to fall. And that is when we had ourselves a breakaway. This was going to be serious. Tranchant was issuing blows. Tadej Pogačar himself, the crowd, of course, were going crazy. So were we. Close at hand, Jorgensen, Campenet and Wout van Aert of Visma Lease Bike wanted to keep Tadej Pogačar within range. Also there, Ballerini looking good when the final bell tolled. For whom would it be at the very end? This was a select band of brothers that were pushing on. The fast men had been left behind, at least the pure fast men, and this was all going to be about a wrestle for the last time of a Montmartre itself. Pogačar was in there. Van Aert likewise was on his case. Ballerini there, perhaps just for fun, but he had intentions of delivering the day. And then, of course, on a skittering surface, who other than Wout van Aert? Genius in these kind of scenarios. He kicked on. Could he break Tadej Pogačar? The answer was yes, up and over the top. Could Pogačar get back on? Forming up a gang trying to close down on this man. He was away, 3.4 kilometres to go at 13 seconds. Suddenly became 20. Pogačar thought about invoking the chase and then, quite frankly, thought better of it. Jorgensen was on his back wheel. Meanwhile, his teammate, Wout van Aert, was up front. Suddenly it washed over him what he had done. He's won here, of course, in a bunch sprint. Now he won solo. One of the rarest of things on the Champs-Élysées. How magnificent was that? Banged the bars and said thank you very much. And we didn't have long to wait before Tadej Pogačar would cross the line. Ballerini it was that came in just behind, but it was all about the yellow jersey and, of course, the man that had done it. But Ballerini Mohoric is how they came to finish this race. But we all came to fate, of course, Tadej Pogačar. It's been an amazing Tour de France. As I said, like a series of classic races, day after day after day, and the finale was just the same. Farewell to Geraint, and hello to another win for Tadej Pogačar overall, and a fabulous result for Wout van Aert himself. Van Aert taking ahead of Ballerini, Mohoric, Pogačar and Jorgensen, your top five.
Yeah, I mean, the rain made it quite sketchy, but I managed to stay upright and had full support of my teammates. I really have to thank them to keep believing in me and to try over and over again. And even today, they were still there to support me. So yeah, without them, I couldn't control this race. And now going to the last climb and leave it all out there. It was our plan and it worked.
King of the mountains, of course, Tadej Pogačar. Amassing points on the biggest tests naturally brought him polka dots. As far as the green jersey was concerned, it had to go to a fast man surely, and so it proved, with Jonathan Milan taking the title, quite rightly. And it bodes well for the future. Great battle between Florian Lipovitz and Oscar Onley. The gap between them, 1 minute and 12. Lipovitz lighting it up and warming German hearts as well. And of course, the overall. There can only be one winner, but he may well win again and again and again. 4 titles to his name.
Yeah, just speechless to win the 4th Tour de France. Yeah, 6 years in a row on a podium, and yeah, this one feels especially amazing, and I'm super proud that I can wear this yellow jersey.
Totally animated. What has been an amazing race. We'll see you next year. I'm Carlton Kirby. It's been an absolute pleasure.